this is the first time that I'm going to be doing a speech without any notes. I did find out 2 days ago that I was going to be doing this, and I'm just going to speak from my heart and just pretend that I have a lot of friends here. I have my team here, which I'm really excited about, but I'm just going to pretend that I know all of you. You're all my friends, and I'm just going to be really honest. I don't care if I make mistakes. Megan Howe just blew it out of the water. I have to say, her story is very much like mine. I was asked to speak about my financial success today. And I do have a story in terms of financial success, but when I was trying to think about how I was going to talk about this, it was funny. I actually started talking to one of my coaches, and she's a brand new coach. And I was trying to explain to her all of the financial potential that came with doing this Beachbody job. And when I started trying to explain to her about team cycle bonuses and how you can make 25% commission, and I was trying to convince her it's really worth it, I realized that I could not do justice for what this business is truly worth. This business is worth way more than any amount of money that you could possibly make. And the money is the icing on the cake. And I know that there's people in here with all different financial needs. I know that my story is very much like Megan Howe's. I am a teacher. I've been teaching for 10 years now. I'm super passionate about it. I absolutely love my kids. I put my heart and soul into it. In fact, I never pictured myself doing anything else besides teaching. I'm a writing teacher, I am a reading teacher, and I am a softball coach. I am a high school volleyball coach, and I loved all of that. I never had any other vision for my life, but I did know that there was a part of my personality that I was helping my students and I was giving my all, and I didn't feel like I was truly reaching my full calling. At this time when I was deciding to do Beachbody, I had spoken, actually my husband is a personal trainer, and he had Elizabeth Demusi, who now lives in South Carolina. She's my coach. She did fitness classes for him, and she asked him if he'd like to be a coach. And the funny story behind that is that Jenny, who's going to be doing our size workout today, I used to work with her at T-Bones, and her friend Heather had asked me to coach. And at that moment, I wasn't ready. I felt like this is a scam. I can't do this. This is not for me. I'm not a salesperson. I'm not gonna do this. And then my husband came home about 2 months later and said, "Good news, I'm a Beachbody coach." I was like, what? So that took me by surprise, and he's like, "And you're gonna sign up under me, and you're gonna do Shakeology, and you're gonna get the 25% off." And I'm like, "Are you serious? Wow, okay." So I did it, and what happened was he didn't work his business, and I was kicking butt. So I made him quit and sign up under me. So he signed up under me, and then I started, really focusing on the business and what I could do. But where I wanted to go with that was that at this point in my life when it was happening, I was a passionate teacher, but I was struggling extremely with anxiety attacks, panic attacks, insomnia, and I don't want to cry, but the reason why it's hard for me to speak right now is because I was just out of my teaching job on FMLA a year after I changed my life with this Beachbody business, because it all came back to me. All of the anxiety, the panic, the insomnia, because of a family issue that I'm not going to discuss because I want to respect my sister's privacy. But all of the anxiety, the panic, and everything that I dealt with that launched me into wanting to do this came back. And I don't think that I could have gotten through it if I hadn't made the changes that I made in my life over this past year. This business has done so much more for me that just helped me to get an extra income At the beginning, I was concerned about paying for my shakes. I just wanted to pay for my shakes. I just wanted to get over my anxiety and panic. I wanted to have friends that didn't make me feel like I wasn't appreciated. I wanted to be surrounded by people who were aligned more with my vision, and I knew that I could find people out there who wanted more, just like how I want more. And over this past year, I had the best 2015 that I have ever had. I made a resolution to change my life, and I truly believed when I made that resolution that that was going to be the case. And I can't tell you what triggered it for me, but I will say I was sick and tired of giving up on myself, because all I ever did was fluctuate back and forth. I have a thyroid issue. I hate working out. I used to be a college athlete. That was how I stayed in shape in the off season. I'd gain 10 pounds, and during the season I would lose it. And once I graduated from college, I was lost. I didn't know my identity anymore. All I knew was that I liked to teach. I liked to teach writing. I liked helping people. And I came to the Super Saturday last year, almost to the day that you guys are sitting here right now. And I was about to quit Beachbody. I had signed on in October. I was a discount coach, and I basically was doing it because my husband thought it was a good idea, and I also thought, you know, the shakes are supposed to be really good for you. I am feeling a little bit better, but they're really expensive, and you know, I don't think I have the talent to do what the speakers up there are saying. And I came here really jaded and by myself, and I didn't know one person. I didn't even know Elizabeth. I met her through my husband. And I sat here arms folded, and I just was kind of like, impress me. Give me a reason. Somebody speak to me. Somebody tell me like that this is what I'm supposed to do, and I'll do it. And I listened to these amazing stories, and I just thought to myself, I'm too average. I don't have a story like that. I can't do this. And I left, and I went home, and I told my husband, I'm gonna quit. I don't want to do this anymore. And then something within me said, why? Why are you quitting on yourself again? You quit on yourself every single time things get hard. You quit on yourself every single time you feel slightly out of your comfort zone. You quit on yourself every single time you lose 5 pounds. You feel like you're so successful that you can then eat a bag of Cheetos. Like you quit on yourself as soon as you realize that, you know, you're doing more than you thought you could. And so what I did was I wrote down the names of 100 people that I thought that I could help change their lives that would listen to me. And I wrote down the names of 100 people, and I spent all day on Facebook reaching out. And I just said, hey guys, this is what I'm doing. I want you to join me. You know, I have this awesome coach. She runs these amazing challenge groups. I really think it would benefit you if you think that you could benefit from this whatsoever. Join me. I'd really love to help you. I really want this. And the response was absolutely unbelievable. I was in 50 conversations on my screen was going bing, 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 bing. And I was chatting, and I realized in that moment that it wasn't about me. It was about how many people I could help. It wasn't about me anymore. And I realized that I didn't just have the talent to be a teacher and to help my students, but I had the talent to help anybody of any age, and that I could actually make an impact on them. And that is such a great gift that all of us have, that we can actually make an impact for the better on other people's lives. All of us can. We don't have to have something special about us. You don't have to, you know, have this huge weight loss story, although I did lose 20 pounds overall. I was always a pretty small girl, but you know, if I had known about this days prior, I would have shown you a PowerPoint, and I was 20 pounds heavier, and people may have not thought I needed to lose weight, but I was extremely unhappy with myself, and I put on a brave smile every day, and I poured my heart and soul into my teaching job, but I'd come home and I would cry, and I was depressed, and I was beyond anxious, and I was losing hope that this is all there is for me, and with all the politics of teaching, and I don't know how many teachers are there out there. I know my teammates are teachers. There's teachers out here, right? We all know the pressures that the public schools put on us, and sometimes it can be a thankless job. But that's not why I do it. I do it for the kids. But Beachbody has allowed me another avenue to feel like I'm making an impact and feel like I'm truly making a difference on people's lives. And I have to say, financially, yes, I'm going to talk about that. It has made a huge impact, but all of the people sitting over here, my team is sitting over here, they are all people who completely have changed my world. In my upline, and Danielle, and even Jenny and Elizabeth, they are people that I want to have surrounding me. They make me a better person. They make me feel as though I can achieve my dreams and my goals. And I have formed some of the best relationships. They're going to be lifelong friendships, whether they stay Beachbody coaches or not. And that's something that is for me priceless. Just that alone, the relationships I formed. The other thing Beachbody has done for me is it's not only helped me to lose 20 pounds, and the Shakeology is it's given me so much more energy. This is the first time I have a thyroid issue, hypothyroidism, and it's the first time this past year, not only that I haven't been sick, but that my levels have actually been normal. And I'm not going to say that's necessarily, thank you. I'm not going to necessarily say that's because of the Shakeology, because I can't prove that, but I can prove that I feel better than I ever have felt in my life. And I have the confidence. I have confidence now that I am so hopeful, I am so positive, and looking forward to what 2016 brings for me, because what 2015 brought for me was just so many blessings. And it was from the people that I met. It was the weight loss that I lost, kept off. I'm stronger than ever right now. And not only that, but I went to Summit over the summer, and it was one of the best experiences. If any of you are even questioning whether or not you should be going to Summit, you need to go to Summit. You listen to some motivational speakers. I mean, it literally changed my life after I left there. I was a different person. I was a different coach. That's actually when my business really started picking up. So I guess what I want to talk about now is financially, because I think that's why we're all here. Or maybe that's not the sole reason that we're here, but we do want to make a little bit of money, with this business, along with helping people. And over this past year, I have paid off all of my credit card debt. I had about $6,000 in credit card debt, and it had been there since I graduated from college many years ago. I opened up a 403B, even though I already have my teacher retirement. I never felt like I had the extra money to actually, put it into somewhere else. And now I have a 403B, and I'm saving money in that way. I'm able to do the things that I didn't plan on being able to do. I spoiled my husband big time for Christmas this year, and it wasn't even a stretch for me to be able to do that for him, because he has been so supportive. I wanted to spoil him. I would not be standing up here if it wasn't for him, because the sacrifices that he's had to make for me over this past year to be able to do this. I wanted to do this just so I can get a pedicure and a manicure on the side, be able to, pay my Shakeology. It has done way more than that. And aside from what it has done for me financially, I'm now paying down my student loans. But aside from all of this, I know that I set my goals really high for myself in 2015 when I realized that this is what I wanted to do. I set goals for myself that I will reach Success Club 10 every single month, which is helping essentially 5 people a month to change their lives. And I reached that goal every single month except for October. I set it as a goal for myself that I wanted to be a diamond by the end of this year. And I am, and I'm a 1-star qualifying diamond. I set my goals for myself this year that, sorry, this is what happens when you don't have notes. Where else were my goals? No, I set my goals for myself this year that I know, that if I was gonna return here again, that I was gonna be speaking here, that I was gonna really do it. And now I'm speaking here to all of you. And that was one of my biggest goals. So what I really want to get across to you all is that financially, yes, you can go as far in this business as you can possibly, as much as you want. If you just want to pay off a pedicure, pay off your Shakeology, yeah, you can do that. If you want to make a full-time job and career and living out of this, yes, you can do that. That is my plan. I am trying to have children right now. I fully believe that it is not happening right now because I am setting up my future for them so that I can have financial stability, so that when I do have children, I can be the stay-at-home mom that my mom was for me, and I can still work from home and do a job that allows me to make the kind of money that I can still make a living. And I am fully confident that I'm going to be able to quit my teaching job, not this upcoming school year, but the year after that. I am going to be able to quit it, not because I don't like teaching, but because I like doing this even more. I'm even more passionate about this than I am teaching. It ties in my writing skills. It ties in my willing to want to help everybody and to teach everybody. I get to use my heart every day, put everything into it, and I get to make money for doing that. And I can't believe that I get to make money for doing that, and that's why I said it was the icing on the cake. This business is way more than money. It is health, happiness, friendships. It is financial freedom. It's everything to me. So I hope that me speaking to you with only 2 days to plan, I hope you can tell that, it came from my heart. And I do want to actually leave you with a few things, because one of my issues when I listened to the speakers last year was I said to myself, well, that's great for them. How do I do it? I didn't know where to start. And I just have a few tips for you. One of the best pieces of advice that my coach ever gave me back in January when I told her, I'm not going to quit, I'm going to do this, is she said, Jess, you have to get your own results. And I was like, damn. I wanted to just, preach it. I didn't want to actually have to do it. I was like, oh man. So I did the 21-day fix. Autumn is my hero. That's how I lost the 20 pounds. I did 4 rounds of the 21-day fix. It was the first time I stuck with anything in my life. I had done Garcinia Gambosia. I had done the South Beach diet. I had done isogenics, I think it's called. I had done everything under the sun. I did the 21-day fix with the Shakeology, and I really started proving to myself, holy moly, you can really have results. And I got stronger, and when I got stronger, I got mentally stronger. That was the best piece of advice my coach ever gave me. The second best piece of coaching advice that was ever given to me was to do your professional development. Don't just do your professional development in terms of the business. Do professional development in terms of what you struggle with. I struggle with anxiety and panic. I struggle with having the confidence in myself. I struggle with loving myself. That's what I focus on for my professional development, and it works hugely. It benefits my business hugely. So work on not just the business side, professional development, but work on what you need. And then the third piece of advice that I want to give you is and I'm sure that you'll probably hear about this today, but when they say inviting people, I think that sounds like a big scary, I have to have a formal invitation to something to invite them into a challenge group, or I have to invite them into something that is a salesy, or they have to buy something, and that is not what inviting is all about. Inviting is about inviting people into your world, connecting with people, figuring out who is out there that needs help just the way I need help. My life would not have been changed this year if it wasn't for my coach that reached out and invited me. And it's exactly what I'm asking. It's exactly what I'm doing with all of you right now. I'm inviting you guys into doing this for yourselves, for whatever it is that makes you tick, whether it's loving yourself or making money. I'm inviting you into all of that, and I will tell you that if you work hard, you can go as far as in this business as you want to go. So, that is